Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show, where we show you how to buy unwanted vacant land and sell it for more on the internet. I'm Steve Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit.
We are your hosts. With over 15,000 completed transactions, we are the experts in this niche land flipping business.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com. All right, let's get this show started.
That's Jack Butala here for Land Academy. Welcome to our Cash Flow from Land show. We show you how to buy property for half of what it's worth and resell it the next day. All kinds of property. Great information from Jack, that's me.
And inspiration from Jill, that's me.
Here's some funny stuff that happened to us recently.
You know, I gotta have to first share. When I'm tired, I'm kind of punchy. So I'm like, if I'm extra goofy today, I'm just going to apologize right now. Unless you like it when I'm goofy, then just be ready.
No real work gets done here anyway.
No, not really, especially on days like today. And it's because you and I, we go through these celebrating modes.
I know.
We've been celebrating
that's
a little too much. Let's just leave it at that. And then it's even harder to get work done. Hence the need for me to have an assistant because things aren't getting done. So there we are. But I was also going to add, I thought it was really funny what I learned about you recently is that sand in my car is like so cool to me. I think I'm cool. When I come home and I dump out my purse and there's sand in it
cool
and in my shoes and it's in my car, I'm like, oh, it's a hug because I love sand. Steven, no, do not get sand in his car. Definitely don't get sand in his bed. And
I'm not a neat freak or anything. I just think it's annoying.
There, you have a sand thing. It's
I
really
do have
funny.
a sand thing.
You know what? You don't have a dirt thing.
That's right.
Dirt's cool. Sand's not cool. Please explain that to me, Steven. Why is dirt cool and sand's not?
I don't know.
I'm curious.
It's true. Okay. It's absolutely true. It's a button for me, and I don't know why.
I have seen you take off a helmet and have a dirt outline on your face.
Right.
And from like an outline from your glasses and the helmet.
That's a hug for me.
That's. And I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh yeah. You over there, and you're like, think it's the coolest thing ever.
Did you ever see that Toyota commercial where it's for a Tundra, like a pickup truck, and there's a guy in a motorcycle wearing a big, huge bunny head?
Love it.
That's my favorite commercial right now.
I know that. Is it still on? I haven't seen it in a while.
Seen it. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I hope I didn't move on with that one. I wonder what the lifespan is on commercials, by the way. Have you noticed? It's like you see them a lot, and you're like, oh, that was really fun. And then the next one rolls out. You're like, oh, I guess we moved on to a new campaign. I feel like it's like weeks.
I think you buy a bunch of, I don't know it all for sure, but I think you buy a bunch of media time and then you assess whether it worked. Like, I wonder if you just, you say, oh, we didn't sell any Tundras. Let's stop this.
Oh.
I think something like that goes on.
Makes sense. Okay. Love it.
I don't know, though. Maybe it's branding and it just takes 100 years and nothing gets sold. That's not my thing.
Not my thing.
Hey, that's kind of actually appropriate for our show today. It's called, Jill and I talk about why we don't have any competitors. And it's something I don't think we talk about enough. There's some serious stuff that sets us apart. Great show today, Jill. Before we start, let's take a question posted by me on successplant.com, our free online community. Here's my question. Who is our real competition? Do we really have any?
Can I have a few minutes to think?
Sure, take all the dead air time you'd like.
Can I Google? Can I Google right now and just see?
No, so Jill in a previous episode mentioned Facebook. There's a bunch of groups on Facebook. If you live under a rock and you don't know this, there's a bunch of real specialization groups. Just about anything you can dream up on Facebook.
Yeah.
And true to form, there's a few pretty good land flipping groups. So I've been out there horsing around and making people laugh and actually providing some information. And somebody lopped Jill and I have 3 people who have land flipping education companies. There's 3 people, exactly 3. I'll mention them in a second. Somebody put all our faces on one graphic and just posted it up there, and it prompted me to do this show. Because sometimes you should get lopped in with stuff. Like I would like to be whatever group Brad Pitt's in. I want to be lopped into that.
I'll be in that group all day long.
But my face next to Jack Bosch just cracks me up because there's nothing similar about it.
Not at all.
We just happen to sell information about how to flip land. So that's what this show's about.
It's funny. So are you just gonna segue right into the show?
I asked the question and then I answered it too. So do you think we have any competition?
I'm still Googling. No,
you want to move on, don't you?
I do. Well, I really want to talk about this. This is perfect. I'm glad you asked that. I do want to talk about this on this show.
In a different section of the show.
In a different section of the show. And I'll tell you why. If
you have any questions or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816, especially if you think you're a competitor. We should have these people on our show and really read them the riot act.
I love it. Okay.
Here's the meat of the show. Why we don't have any competitors. Jill, go.
We're different.
I can list like six.
Just kidding.
I can list 16 things. And the biggest difference between us and everybody else, not just land flipping people, but house flipping and apartment acquisitions and the whole thing, is that we provide the tools. All these other people, they just sell you information.
Well, here's what makes...
none of them have the same experience that we have.
No.
Not even close.
No, and I appreciate...
No one's done 16,000 deals.
Well, let me back up. We will never, ever, ever talk poorly about anybody because everybody brings something different to the table, right. Number one. And I think that's good. And I think that if you're in everybody's group...
I'm going to cover that in a second.
Gathering all the information... Sorry if I'm stealing your thunder here. But if you're in everybody's group and you're in everybody's program and you're gathering all the information out there, I think that's fantastic. I am a huge fan of that because you always take something away from that,
That's my if-then statement. Oh. That's good, though.
Oh, good.
I'm glad.
Okay, good. So, however, why are we different? It's because we really do take the time to give you all the steps to get from A to Z, number one, and we don't upsell or do any special little things to do that. Number two, we took it a step further. I mean, we are really providing the tools. I mean, we started out educating our whole group with exactly how to do what we do. And they said, great, but now we want to do it just as well as you. So we need to have those same tools that you use. So we're like, all right, here you go. And we figured out a way to provide it, become our own providers of the tools, by the way, and the data and the mailing and everything, and make it cheaper than we could all get if we all went and did it on our own. So that was number two, a big thing why we're different. And then number three is the support. I mean, this is one thing that I hear every single day from our people. They're just, and a lot of it is in Success Plant. And then we do our weekly calls, and there's other things you could, do consulting if you want. And more things are coming. We have a big live event that's coming in October, but we're really here genuinely providing support, not because we're here to make more money, because we're here, and it's all included. That's the thing. It's here to help you get to where you want to be, because that's the best thing. I am always amazed every time I go in Success Plant. There's always somebody new posting their success about, oh my gosh, I bought this and sold it for that. Happens every single day. And that's it.
So most of the people who teach, most of the people who are in this space who teach flipping houses or flipping anything or real estate, here's the professional way to do it. It's exactly what Jill and I do not do, and we never will. You sell a product that's relatively inexpensive to get everybody's feet wet. First, you give away something, then you sell something, and then you upsell the heck out of that person. And the percentages drop off. So, for every 100 ebooks that get downloaded, let's say 10 education programs get sold. For every 10 education programs that get sold, one of those people purchases whatever those people are upselling. And all of our competitors do it that way. Mm-hmm. We do not, and never will. Could we make more money? Hell yes. Mm-hmm. Instead, we choose to sell that, replace that upselling with subscription-based tools to actually make you or help you, enable you to purchase property for half We've been doing it. We did it 16,000 times. Mm-hmm. We actually know what we're doing about this specific topic. I know nothing else, actually.
That's true.
Just ask Jill. I'm
That's
really
true.
bad at just about everything else.
No, you are not. Jack, you're great at a lot of things.
So
give me a minute. I'll come up with a few.
do we sell higher price education products? If you really want some intense stuff and we do it in person, yeah, we do. But to very, very, very few people, 10 people a year. And we haven't even released that stuff yet, and we will.
Hold on, can I add? And they come to us.
Yeah,
it's not a
That's
thing.
right, Jill. We will never publicize.
I'm never gonna hold back like, good stuff, but you got to be in this program to get that.
No.
So we don't. It's not.
We have
that's
exactly
not how we roll.
We have exactly. We offer multiple education programs for different lines of business. So one line, we haven't released this yet, but we're about to. One line is for real estate agents. One is to get listings. One is for house flippers. One is for land flippers. One that's coming out, I'm super excited about it, is to help regular people buy their next house for half. Mm-hmm. How exciting is that?
Totally.
I'm jacked about that one.
Me too.
I am
Jack is jacked.
I am Jack's sense of jacked. Did you ever see Fight Club?
I did not.
So here's the thing.
Isn't that a guy movie?
Here's what happens in Fight Club. Brad Pitt's the star, and he
need to watch
nuts.
Fight Club.
He goes nuts, and he starts this thing called Fight Club where everybody fights in the like guys get their thing out.
I know what you're talking about.
So at one point, he quits all his job and the whole thing, and he squats in he's a squatter in an apartment building, and he finds all these books from somebody who else was before him that was a squatter, and every book is like a composition book that you have in college or high school, and it's all handwritten, and they're all named like Jack's sense of whatever. Mm-hmm. Jack's sense of, I don't remember exactly, but I'm going to start saying that. I am Jack's sense of inspiration. I am Jack's sense of failure. Somebody actually wrote this to me in Facebook. That's what reminded me.
Tell me, what did it say?
Said, you're Jack's sense of something. I don't remember what it was, but,
and
it made me think about
it.
That.
It was a quote from that movie?
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
Why else, Jill? I mean, there's a million things. We don't hold stuff in hotels. We never will. I'm not going to ever.
Yeah. But don't
TV.
say ever. If I can only find that kind of a venue, we might have to talk about that. But
the venue that we're having. No, I'll tell you why. There's a library in every town.
That is our first choice.
So, and most of them, like the ones out, our October event, which Jill is organizing right now, is in a library. It's in a gorgeous part of. We have an awesome library here in Scottsdale. A couple of them, and the one in Old Town where we're going to have this is it's a beautiful stage. It's well lit. It's going to be kind of like a TED Talk situation, and we're all going to have fun afterward. And we're not going to sell anything.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fun.
No upselling at all.
Exactly.
People are going to be disappointed.
That's going to be really weird.
They're going
to
be
funny. They're going to be like, "What do you mean?"
People ask me in Success Plan all the time, "What's the next step here?
Wait.
What are you talking about? The next step? This is it.
Are we actually here to learn? What? I'm confused. Are you really helping me? So
we have a live webinar every Thursday. 1 million people get on there. We answer everybody's questions. Doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
You
know what's interesting is, like, I have had people flat out tell me, they were surprised when they talked to me and met me and got, in some of the things that we've gone to, some of the talks are like, oh my gosh, I mean, that you are real and you are sincere and you are genuine and you are really seriously answering my questions, not deferring me to something. And I'm just like, I get versions of that all the time. Mm-hmm. Ask me, I'll tell you. You want to know? You know what? And Stephen, Jack, it goes back to your line, and I love your line. It is your line.
I can't be responsible for what I say.
You can't.
Is that the line?
No, that's a good line. No, that's another line. No, you, and I don't know if it's been the title of a podcast. I think it has been, but everybody wants the truth.
Everybody just wants the truth.
Yep.
Every time we give any type of live REI, when we speak at REI events and stuff, that's my opening line. Everybody just wants the truth. Mm-hmm. There's no secrets or a secret county We have a competitor named Mark who has a whole thing about the list of secret counties. Let me tell you something. There's no secret counties. All right?
I think
there's
that's
no
funny.
secret counties. You have to, what we teach is how to choose your own counties.
Right.
If you teach a man to fish, that kind of thing.
Do you know what's great about that? Is that we're this list of secret counties, but we have the list of all the counties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We
That's
have the
the funny
assessor's
thing.
database.
Why are you going to
And
mess around with
so
a
do
few
our
secret
members.
counties when you can have every single county in the country? Let me think about this.
You know what happens all the time? People our members say, hey, we're buying a piece of property. We send a bunch of offers out in XYZ county, and we're buying a bunch of property. And it's a county that I've never heard of, and I use my method of we teach how to find the right counties. And I'm like, man, it works in every county. There's another question I get all the time. Well, does this work for farmland? Does this work in, a big city? And the answer is yes. It does, but you don't offer $500 for a farm. You offer 50% to 60 or 70% of what you think you can sell it for that day. That's our whole business model. And if you're buying farmland, you're going to have to send out more than 100 offers to get one. Or in the SFR case, more than 2,000 letters to buy one. And it's probably closer to 10,000 or some number. I've never done it, but people are out there using this program to do that. If you want to buy an office building, that's the way. This is the secret, everybody. If you want to buy an office building, get a list of office buildings from our data-to-doorstep product. Get yourself some financing. Align yourself up with the right people. They're on Craigslist every day. And go buy some office buildings. Yep. Make a bunch of offers. Offer 60, 70%.
Exactly.
You don't bind yourself. Oh, what if? It's Jack. What if it's if I send an offer out, they sign it, send it back, and it's just it's a terrible office building, and I don't want it. Well, then don't buy it.
Exactly.
Choose the one you want. You're going to get 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 100 letters back. Choose the best one or the best 10.
That's the best.
That's why we don't have any competitors, because we're telling the truth.
That's true.
There's no secrets in this. It's a bunch of work. It's really frankly, not that much work at all.
It's not that much work if you know what you're doing, and that's what we do. We talk to you about that, and don't worry about step 12 or 29. We're on step 1. Now we're on step 4.
Yeah.
Be methodical, do it right, and we've talked about that too. You will be successful.
Exactly.
Period.
That is why we don't have any competitors.
I agree.
This is the if-then segment of the show. If you do X, then Y will happen. If you do not want to have any competitors, then set yourself apart by telling the truth, the complete truth. If there's a bunch of people doing something for a living and they're all telling the exact truth, everybody wins. Isn't it better? Wouldn't it be better if the 10 or so competitors that we have 4. Oh, here's our 4 competitors. Seth Williams, who I don't even consider a competitor at all. We have him on the show. He's a really good guy, great writer.
Oh, yeah.
Jack Bosch.
Yeah.
This is a guy who came to Germany with half of an IT degree.
From Germany.
And a shirt on his back. And he's killing it now. So do I agree with how he does this, teaches this stuff? No, not at all. But I respect him. He made something out of nothing, out of hard work. So, and can you imagine going to Germany with not a dollar, learning the language, and flipping a bunch of property 4 years later?
No way.
I can't imagine that.
No, he's done.
So I have a lot of respect
stuff.
for him.
I agree.
Mark Podolsky. Mark was my first student. He and I have shared offices and desks together over the years. And do I agree with how he does this? No, not at all. He's upsells a lot of stuff, and I don't think that he gives you enough information up front. The vast majority of the people that we are our members, I'm telling the truth here, that are our members come from him because they like something's missing, quote unquote. So, Mark, up your game. Keep your members.
Right.
Another situation. I mean, I have a ton of respect for Mark. He has a history degree, and he's not the biggest fan of math, but I'll tell you, he's killing it. He's buying a bunch of property. Those are our land competitors. Then
You said 4.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. I'm sitting here
I said
counting.
there are 4 of us.
Oh, okay.
Is what I meant.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I can't be responsible for what I say.
Who else are you talking about, and who am I missing?
And then there's a million SFR. There's a million house flipping programs that you can get out there, but none of them offer the tools.
That's
They're all just
the thing.
they're usually held in a Hilton lobby or some hotel somewhere, and they ask you at halftime to get your credit card out and call your credit. I've said this is what one of our members said. Those places when they go for break, they ask you to call your credit card company to increase the limit so you can buy more products.
I've heard that
That's
too.
insane.
Exactly.
Makes me angry thinking about it.
I agree. But I want to say one more thing about your if-then statement because I know we got to move on here. What you just said about differentiating yourself in your business, and it's not just our business, in any business. Whatever you're doing, if you are always being upfront and honest, and like Jack said, Jack said, telling the truth, and and all that good stuff, that will differentiate you. Period. I don't care if it's a, hamburger stand. It really is beef. It better be beef. I mean, serious.
Exactly.
I'm really being serious here, Stephen. It's this. This is not just about our business and who we are, but whatever. You have a sandwich shop. They're deliver. They have quality products. Deliver what you say.
That's right.
What you promise, and be honest and do the right thing.
Don't hold back information for the next level of payment.
Right.
I'm
sorry. You have to. I'm sorry. Did you want ketchup? That will be another 90 cents. Don't do that.
It's not American Airlines. You have another bag, it's $25.
Right.
Hey, if you have any questions or you want to be on the show and you're not boring, call 800-725-8816. Jill, I hope you have some inspiration for us. I'm sure you do.
I do. What's holding you back?
That's awesome.
Thank you. What is holding you back? Think about it. What's holding you back?
Analysis paralysis. We get a lot of people come to us saying, I should have done this 2 years ago.
Right. What is it holding you back?
Is it your spouse? Get rid of your spouse then.
Is it your fear of something? Is it your need to think you have to analyze something more?
I had somebody say to me recently, I didn't think I was smart enough to do this.
Yeah. Is it that?
That's silly.
Are you afraid of doing something wrong? That's going to happen. That's okay. It's a learning thing. Are you afraid of, I don't know, whatever it is? What's holding you back?
Do you have too many bills? That's why people get into this business, because to get rid of their bills.
That's very true. Oh, I can't do this now. Whew, I can never afford this. Well, something's got to change.
Remember that, like when you're having children, when we were having children age?
Yeah.
There's no perfect time to ever have a child.
We're going to wait until the house is bought and this happens and this happens and this happens. Well, if you know what, if you wait for that, it's probably never going to happen. So I agree. So that's my inspiration is think about what's holding you back.
Reach out to everybody on Success Plan and ask questions. There's everybody in Success Plan, including us, we started with 0 deals. Mm-hmm. You got to get that first deal. That's why Jill gives a lot of property away. It's not all the time, but when we get a couple of good deals in, she'll give away an inexpensive piece of property with our package to get what I call the first deal jitters out.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that helps a lot of people.
Hey, join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how to use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
And remember, don't buy property like Jill.
And don't buy property like Jack.
What the hell does that
What
mean?
was that? I love how you just came up with a new...
So I was thinking about it during the show. And you buy property way different than I do. I like it.
I might want to spin that. Can I think about that one a little bit?
Sure.
Okay. I understand where you're going.
I mean, you still get there first, for sure.
Of course. I do like get there first.
I tend to pay more for property than I probably need to, and Jill doesn't.
I tend to pay less for property than I need to. No, seriously.
No,
you are right. There's sometimes that I'm like, yeah, you're right.
I would rather do more deals and make less money than the other way.
Right.
I do not negotiate.
I'm with you.
I would negotiate a lot less than you do.
Some people...
I would rather send the obscenely low offers out and get a lower response rate than talk to a lot of people that call back and negotiate it. And I think that's what I mean. Don't buy property like Jill. Don't buy property like Jack. I like it.
Some people like me. I like the whole negotiation thing. So I actually like negotiating. I mean, dream it up. When you're in Mexico and you have to negotiate for your cab. You know what I'm serious. Let's just back up here. I like this.
Are you serious?
Don't
You
like
like
this.
doing
Oh
it?
my gosh, I love it. And I know how much it costs to get from here to here. And I'm going to go cab to cab to cab. And I have a little bit of fun with it to go, oh, no. You will do it for this much. And they're like, okay.
Exactly.
I
As
have
a
fun.
female, how you'd end up dead in Mexico.
So no, it's fun. It's really, and they expect it. Hold on a moment, everyone. They expect it. That's part of the game. There's some things that it's expected to negotiate, and it's all cool. When they say, come on, when you're walking along the street in a Mexican town and they're a shop and they have silver out on the street and they're waving you, hey, do you like this? Do you like this? You better believe that there's no prices on there for a reason. It changes all the time. And they expect you to have that little bit of a,
Remember,
thing. I think it's fun.
Don't buy silver in Mexico like Jill.
No, stick with me. You'll do very well. Seriously, I will. But
I'm not a negotiator. Hey, that
my
might be
point.
holding people back. That might be holding people back from doing this.
Maybe.
Listen, there's no negotiation.
You don't have to.
If you don't want any negotiation on the buy and sell side, if you never want to talk to a soul.
Good point.
I've done deals. I have never talked to the buyer at all and never talked to the seller.
Mm-hmm.
It's that easy to set this up.
Yeah, you can do that. I like it. You don't, and that's okay.
Hey, let's go buy something for half price today and resell it. Jack and Jill, information and inspiration.
We hold a drawing to win a free property every month. Enter to win by reviewing this show on iTunes and downloading our free ebook at landacademy.com.
If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.